Performance USA, the greatest entertainers in America, as requested by you, the fighting men of the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till it's over there. Okay, men, we're rolling out that international barrel of music and laughter labeled Command Performance USA and dumping the contents on the doorstep of all APO and FPO numbers. This is Johnny Doughboy and Company's own show, and those letters addressed to Command Performance, Special Service, Los Angeles, USA, are sealed orders to the biggest stars over Hollywood to come out each week and shine especially for you and our friends in all the United Nations. Right now, it's baseball time at home, and the old-timers are in there throwing curves, but here's the young lady who throws more curves than the whole National League, your mistress of ceremonies, Betty Hutton.
Thank you, and hiya, fellas. This is Betty. He says murder, he says Hutton, and I sure want to thank you. Hello to Mitch Torrigan and the Country Club graduates in Newfoundland. My best to Corporal Bob Page in Barracks 103 at APO 851, and love to the Alaskan Communications System. And Semper Fidelis to the gang of Marines who sign names like these: Zoot Zoot Zoots, Corncob Richie, Alligator Joe, Bat Fergie, Cargo Bill, Harmon Drummer, Wally, Hindy Harmon, and Stinky Davis. What, no prune face? But you Marines ain't the only ones who got nicknames. We got a fella here named Woody. Old Woodchopper Woody himself. Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner wearing white tie and tails and weighing 100 and several pounds, the world champion orchestra of Woody Herman! Welcome to Command Performance. And Woody, what have you got for the old groove?
Well, guess we'd better dig one of those Marine friends of yours, Betty, that Corncob Richie and Stinky Davis.
Them's my boys. But Woody Herman gets more mail than a guy who's behind in his car payments. So you just better acknowledge some of it. Now take Sergeant Joe Bowen and the mob at 715, and Howard Schmidt and Harry Gelden somewhere in China.
Swell, and the band and I would like to pay off the guys on Guadalcanal who sent 10 top in exchange for one of our latest tunes.
And Woody, don't forget Private Hot Rock and the 7 men in Skunk Hollow Shack number 9 at 935.
And the Scotch Cap Crew at Dutch Harbor.
And down there at San Juan, it's Big Jim Rogers, Shorty Poet, Slippy McCorkindale, Dusty Street, Smiley Stamen, Greasy Grief, and Babyface Johnson.
I was betting 10 to 1 that mouthful would choke you, Betty. But fellas, let's roll. Here's one of our newest tunes doing jukebox duty near the Army post, and it's called 4 or 5 Times. Kiss her and then kiss her again 4, 5 times. 4, 5 times. 6, 7 times. 4, 5 times. 4, 5 times. Maybe outside, maybe out cry 4, 5 times. Not once, not twice, 4, 5 times.
Thanks, Woody Herman, and your whole orchestra. Well, fellas, one of your favorite requests is for the old familiar sounds of things back home. We've had darn near every kind of noise on Command Performance, from goats to foghorns. But there's a new batch of sound requests, so here we go again. At APO 948, Sergeant Hirsch Wright says, it's been over a year since I heard the delightful sound of suds being opened. So especially for Sergeant Willie Anderson, please open a bottle of cold beer and pour it into a tall glass. Okay, sound man, draw one. Somewhere on the high seas, Radio Man 3rd Class Alan Roger Davis says, you had a baby cry on Command Performance, but my wife writes me that our baby girl Meredy, who is 3 months old, never cries. She only coos. So could I please hear a baby coo, and I'll make believe it's Meredy. There, that's a good girl. Now you be quiet and Mom will give you a nice hot foot. But up in Iceland, Private Tommy O'Flaherty says, I'd give $1 million to be standing on 42nd and Broadway. A taxicab is waiting for the green light. And just as the yellow signal comes on, a second cab rolls up and bumps the first and they lock bumpers. Boy, I'd just like to hear those two cab drivers yelling at each other. Okay, Tommy, they'd sound like this.
Hey, what's the matter with you, stupid?
Ah, shut up.
Go on, I'll run you off the avenue.
Ah, shut up.
Ah, go on, I'll punch you in the nose.
Ah, shut up. Go
What are you
on
doing?
and hustle your bustle.
One of those cab drivers looked a little like Phil Kramer.